Okay, guys, we got it. We figured it out.
Excellent. All right, so let's change the start time to 6:17. All right, let's go for the first announcement. Per message from Clancy, last month meeting was shut off because someone double booked the Zoom. Town has 3 accounts, so shouldn't happen again. So I guess that was the reason. Open mic. Anybody have anything for open mic?
I don't see any hands raised. Mhm.
Okay, so that's none. Item 3, need update input for upcoming contracts and 5-year plan. Okay, a discussion of need to have COA bus service include disability as well as elderly. Andrew Jennings will keep us updated. Any update,
Uh,
Andrew, on that?
I may get something on Thursday when the LRTA board meets, but at the moment I don't. I have not seen
Okay.
any announcement for the bidding of the contracts to do the 5-year transit plans, but I expect them momentarily. I will ask the question and send an email to Arthur if I get an answer this week, or excuse me, next week.
Okay.
Madam Chair, if I could,
Go ahead.
um, Mr. Jennings, I did learn last night that the LRTA has discontinued their contract with NIMCOG. So as it relates to representation for the town, we're going to need you to and I know that you already do a very fine job of representing Billerica, but the contract has not been renewed with LRTA on behalf of Billerica. So I think it's on behalf of everyone that is a member of NIMCOG. So they did say that the individual appointees would need to be advocating on behalf of the needs of the town at this point.
So what does that mean?
Basically, what happened there was the contract with NIMCOG was for planning services.
Mhm.
And they hired their own staff. It's a little confusing, and because it was not brought before the board, but then the board's two responsibilities is hiring the administrator and approving the budget. So it could be done that way. I would have preferred that they would have discussed it with the board first. Uh, so that means the planning that NIMCOG did before will be done in-house by the LRTA.
Okay.
However, every request for funding and so forth that involves federal and state funds still has to go through NIMCOG and it gets their approval.
Okay. Thank you for that explanation. I appreciate that.
I have a question. What does that mean for bus service for Billerica?
Nothing except who does the planning and the studies goes to a couple of people in-house at the LRTA rather than the staff of NIMCOG.
Okay. All right. So that is it for item number 3. Any more discussions on it?
Were
We
we
good to
talking
move
about
on?
that because the areas covered weren't quite enough? Wasn't that the kind of background on that?
I think
Correct. I
I think transit almost anywhere in the country is adequate. And the 5-year planning process will start up shortly. And the more we can get examples of why it's needed more, and that can be used to get pressure on the budget and to get what is needed. But more importantly, there's always the question of what is needed. Is it more fixed route service? Is it expansion of the Roadrunner? Is it more funding for the COA? That kind of answer and those opinions needs to come from somewhere. And one of the most important communities is the disabled community.
So do we need to get something in writing?
Mhm.
Do we possibly need to do a needs assessment?
I would think that you would at least want to do an informal one.
Okay.
Mhm.
How do we do that, Tina?
I think I would have to make the request to the town manager through the select board. Which
Can we make that can we make that happen sooner
I'll do that
rather
tomorrow.
than? Thank you. Excellent. Thank you very much. Okay. Any other questions, concerns, comments before we move on?
Nope.
All right. Number 4, Coal Rush Park. Meeting update. Continuing item. Any updates? I don't have any.
I don't have any. I think they have made the repairs to certain areas and added a pavilion. I'm not sure what, if any, impact that has for the disabled community, though.
I thought they were asking for input on how to essentially redesign or improve the park. Wasn't that the meeting that we had at the park maybe a month ago?
Yes, a little bit longer than a month ago. That was the gist of it. I think some of the easier fixes that were asked for, such as repairing a bench and putting up another pavilion, I guess, for lack of a better word, like a covered area for people to sit. Those two things were done. I don't have any update for any of the other more complicated requests that were made.
So we don't have any timing of when we might, because I thought someone was going to come up with like a draft, like a drawing.
I think that's all still in the works. Mhm.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions, concerns about this item before we move on? I'm going to take that as a no. So number 5, parking at the senior center striping. According to Mark L, it's not been done. Per message from Mark L, not required. Per Jason Library, also very faded. Dina has requested Clancy to put both on to the do list. Any updates?
I did make the request. I haven't
Okay.
received an update or a response, no.
Okay.
What's the likelihood of that? Because since it's not required, are they gonna?
Who was it that said it wasn't required?
Yeah, Mark had replied to. So I had taken some pictures just to show what it was looked like. Mark had said that only the signs are required, and cited
Yeah.
reasoning of sometimes they get snow covered, and so the paint's not
Mm.
required. These days, I don't know how many days a year we get snow cover in the parking spaces, but at least it wasn't required part of the ACA. So obviously we can still paint it if we want to, but I don't think there's any requirement to do it.
And that was Mark Lalumiere? Who's Mark?
Yeah,
Let me confirm who sent the email.
yeah, it was Mark L.
Mark L.
Do you have a date on when that was sent?
I'm trying to find it. Within the last month.
And you said it was for the COA and the library?
Oh,
The
when was
the
last?
senior center.
It was right at last month's meeting. You went to the library right after the meeting.
Right.
So you might have emailed the next day or that night.
Trying to think. I'm trying to do like a word search and it's not working. I'm just getting
Okay.
all this stuff.
Oh, who did we lose? We lost Maria?
Yeah.
And I'm just taking notes while you guys are talking so I don't forget.
Outlook does this thing where it tries to compile all the messages together, but then it makes it really hard to like find something.
No worries.
Just curious, we can finally take that off our agenda. It's been on for a while. So. Okay. When you find the,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it was on the 16th.
Of August?
Yes. And it was Mark Lemuri or La Lemuri. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. The director of permitting for the town. And does not look like you're on there, Dina. Could ignore the subject because it was a reply to other emails, but essentially handicap parking symbols on the ground are not a code requirement, ineffective during the winter months. Does not really make a whole lot of sense, but that's what it says.
Okay.
so basically, it's not going to happen. We're just going to keep the signs, correct?
Well, it sounds like Dina made a request. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means it's not required to do that.
Okay. All right. Anything else on this before we move on? No?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Number 6, the gazebo status.
I actually did send a follow-up this morning and asked for
Okay.
you for an update to be included in the town manager's report for Monday's select board meeting.
Okay. Very good. So we have to wait on that one. Okay. All right. Shall we move on to number 7? The trash barrel blocking path at Faulkner Mills.
I drove by and it's been moved.
So it's been moved. All right. So
Yeah.
we can,
Good.
okay, excellent. So that will be taken off. We'll move on to number 8. Question from Mark L. about the Kennedy Meadow Assisted Living. Any updates on that?
What, can you tell me what this was for or what this was about? This is the first I'm hearing of this.
I guess there wasn't enough handicap parking spaces at this nursing home assisted living. They were complaining.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they originated from, but I went over and took a look,
Yeah.
and there are people parking in the space that's designed to be in between the handicap spaces so that you can get in and out with a wheelchair. And I
Mm.
think, um, other spaces are further away, and there
Yeah.
just aren't enough handicap spaces for the number of people who need them at that facility. And I think there was some conversation about there was some justification when they built the facility that they didn't think there would be a lot of people driving. There was something about like they made some rationalization that they didn't think they were going to need that many, and I don't know how that
Right.
got accepted.
Right.
I wonder if that has to do with the zoning bylaw.
So yeah, I think we need an update from Mark on that one.
Right. All right. So we'll move on to item number 9, O'Connor's Plaza in Town Center parking, including out front.
No update,
No update,
not yet, no.
nothing. Manja had a fire. Is it closed? No update.
What's the
Okay.
update we're looking for there?
I don't know. It just says Manja had a
Yeah,
fire. Is it closed? That's just the answer. No
yeah,
other
I don't
update.
really know what we're looking for there.
I don't either. So,
So I know the original ask was around the town center project and how that impacted the need for additional handicap parking space. And at that time, we were looking at safety improvement features, which included um, additional handicap parking spaces. That plan hasn't moved forward yet, so there is no update. There is a plan. It just hasn't moved forward yet.
okay. All right. Item number 10, Boston Road construction possibility for pedestrians updates. Will last until summer 2025. Listen to town manager update. But on Facebook, okay. I'm assuming that's implying that the town manager will update Facebook. If I'm
So,
reading that correctly.
Up until he went out on paternity leave, he was doing weekly recordings
Right.
at PATV. I don't know that there has been a new one done since he returned from leave,
Okay.
but I'm sure he'll probably be getting back into that in the near term.
And it looks like Arthur put a note. Looks like things are patched up to be possible for walkers to at least. Okay. So it looks like Arthur already drove around and gave us a little update. Okay. All right, let's move on to number 11. Question about the new pedestrian light buttons on the lights at the intersection of Boston Road and Treble Cove. I guess Mark L was supposed to evaluate. Andrew, any update maybe?
No one's
Would-
talked to me about it, but I
No one
wasn't
has talked to
expecting,
you?
but I
Okay,
wasn't expecting anyone either.
okay. Because I know you and Arthur were chatting about it at the last meeting, so that's why I brought your name up. So we haven't heard from Mark L, so we really have no update on that one. Number 12, I had a contact from Bethany Slack. She wants to know how to connect with us, see how we can help each other. Any updates on that? No?
Yep.
No, I think
Okay.
that was something Art was working on.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Far as number 13, there was a recent survey on the Mass Commission by the Danvers Accessibility Commission. Results have been released. Lauren was supposed to talk to them. I don't know. I haven't heard anything, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. Well, tomorrow's obviously Yankee Doodle Day, and we're not doing anything. Maybe we'll plan something for 2025. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Okay. BATV, I spoke to Sandra Giroux, and I will be appearing on BATV in October.
Good.
I'm hoping to have Arthur join me, possible. Is there any questions you have for her? Anything in specific that you would like for me to talk about?
What are you thinking about at the moment? Like, what's your plan?
I guess who we are, that we exist, how you can contact us. Basically, I'm going to read from our mission statement. That's the best that I have right now, you know, unless someone has something different.
I think that's a
Got
great
it.
idea. I think that letting people
You
know
know,
how to contact you in order to get more involved and to get more community feedback on areas that need an improvement or areas that are working well will actually help raise um
awareness. Yeah, at least let us know
yeah.
we exist and who we are, and we're here to help you. And, you know, we do physical, and I don't want to use mental disabilities. Is that politically correct? I'm not quite
Oh, it's just
sure.
disabilities in general, right?
Well, they might not everybody might be aware that it's more than physical.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying? And I want to include them, but I want to use the correct term because I don't want to offend anybody.
Well, I think awareness helps impact and of course I just lost my train of thought.
Right. Do you see what I'm trying to say? I want to word it correctly so we know that
Um,
they're
yeah,
include like the autistic or the I don't know.
I know exactly what you mean.
And I don't want to use mental. It just
And
sounds wrong.
so the word I was
Okay.
looking for was engagement. So the raising awareness increases engagement. So I
Okay.
think that you'll do fine, and anything that you decide to talk about will be good for the community.
Right. Okay. All
For
right.
contacting us, Maria, you just got to mention the email or the town
The
website.
email. I'm not going by the town website. It's not, forget the town website.
Okay.
Forget the phone number.
Yeah,
We're
we know
just
that.
going with the email. Just going with the email.
Okay.
That's it.
I think we have, so for number 17, we have that social media. We talked about having like Facebook and other things. But I think there was concern about whether or not we could do that. And I think Bino was going to follow up on something. I'm not sure if
Right.
anything
Yeah.
went anywhere with that. Because I guess the thing is, if you're planning on doing this in October, it'd be nice to have that kind of ready to go, so you could point to that also.
Right. Like I said, I'm not sure.
So I
And
know,
that would also work with number 16 about a meet and greet. You know, we can put all 15, 16, and 17 together if possible. I think the
Mhm.
BATV and Facebook would definitely, hopefully, I can also mention, we would like to maybe meet with people who are disabled in town, meet them, have a little one-on-one, have a little session, get to know one each other, what everybody's needs are. See if we can also throw that in there at the same time, because I already have the permission from St. Anne's Church to use um the hall and the kitchen. So we have a place to go. So is that something we want to also recommend or throw out there?
Yeah, I think
Maybe,
if we're gonna do that, I think we just gotta agree on a date to do that.
right.
Because I think that's gonna be the opportunity to sort of promote that. So we just gotta just have something scheduled before we go on there and tell people about it.
Okay. I can find that out.
my,
Well,
excuse me,
well,
my,
when do we want to do this? Is this something maybe we want to do the first of the year? Because now we're looking at the holidays.
so
And
I just want to say upfront, my availability for October is always extremely limited. So I
okay,
would not be able to commit to anything really in October because I already have a number of commitments throughout the month.
so why don't we shoot? I'm going to shoot for, because November's going to be busy. Forget December. Maybe January. Throw it out there and see what happens
Yeah,
after the holidays.
so
After the
you're talking
holiday
about
rush. This
the
is
meet
for
and
the
greet,
meeting.
right?
Correct.
So I
Correct.
guess, are you thinking the weekend? Or are you thinking like a weeknight?
Um, Probably, I don't know. It depends on everybody's schedule on the committee.
Yeah, I guess I just don't want to write off entire months saying that we can't find one evening. Like, Tina's busy in October, that's fine. And maybe there's some busy parts of November, but is the whole month really so busy we can't find a spot?
That's fine with me. I'm just thinking for everybody else who we invite, what the people in
I'm
town.
not sure an evening would work. I think you gotta go with Saturday afternoon. You're talking about disabled people. A lot of people don't like to drive in the evening.
That's true. That's true. Or I don't know. I can't make that call because I don't know what I don't drive, so it doesn't matter, but some
Yeah,
people
I
do.
think if
Would
we're talking about a weekend, then it just, obviously that's more limiting. We want to do
Right.
something during the day. Because yeah, people make plans on weekends. So, um, I think I could probably find the time, other than the actual holidays themselves to do that. So, we could maybe kind of suggest a few dates and see what works for most people. I guess we don't need everybody. Um, I'm reluctant to push this out 4 months.
Right, and don't make any decisions based on my availability. If you guys need to do this now, or it's something that you've been planning for quite a while, I'll do my best to support you. I just don't know that I would be able to attend.
Yeah,
Well,
no, it's
I'm
fair.
not
And I
gonna.
don't think it's urgent. It's just,
No, 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 no. I'm not gonna say October. I How about let me bring up the calendar. Well, first of all, I got to find out what's going on the church. I mean, I know they're pretty good when it comes to that. So let me reach out to the people who run it and I will get back to you. Do you want to do it on a weekend? Are you saying that's the best time to do it?
My gut is that St. Anne's is not the ideal place, 'cause that's not the center of
Okay.
town. A lot of people have to come out to find that.
Well, someone said
It's
BATV, but I don't
right.
know, is there accessibility at BATV?
Yes, it's actually very accessible. Hmm.
Okay, so fine. So I have to contact Sandra tonight anyways, so should I run that by her and see if she can give me some dates?
I think that you would need to talk to Isaac about that, or Tara.
Oh, Tara,
Hmm.
okay,
Who are those folks?
Um, I believe
okay,
Isaac is a director of, I don't remember the department at BATV, and then Tara is like basically she's the head honcho.
okay, all right.
I don't have
So,
I don't have their official titles though. I apologize.
all right, so I'll get in contact with them and hopefully I'll have a date to get back to you with and a date to say it on BATV. Does that work?
It works.
Okay. So are we looking for a weekend daytime?
At
Is
least for
that what?
me, if it's daytime, I would need it to be a weekend, unless you guys,
Okay,
everyone else is available during a weekday.
okay. Do you prefer a Saturday or a Sunday? I would
Nope.
say Saturday. Okay,
I
so
don't
how,
believe BATV is open on the weekends.
it's not?
I don't believe so. Unless it's a special occasion.
Well, let's see if we can get them to do it on a weekend. If not, then we'll have to think of another time.
What was the church? What was something like that was viable?
Yeah, why don't you think the church is accessible? It has a
Well,
ramp. It has a ramp.
right, but it's in on the outskirts of the town. I don't know if people go out there. It's not like everyone knows where it is. But BATV is kind of in the center of town. People can
Yeah,
find
but
that.
would there be sufficient parking for people too? I don't know. I know nothing about it, so that's why I'm asking.
At BATV,
Yeah.
they have a parking lot.
Oh, okay. I didn't know how big it
Yeah, yeah,
was.
yeah. It's not a very big parking lot, but they do have parking. They have spaces on either side of the building and then spaces in the back.
Oh, then fine. Okay. Then that's fine. So I'll talk to them a weekend get together. And see what comes up, okay? Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. Anybody else have anything to add or no? Okay. Um, that runs into number 17, social media. Do we have any permission or
Not
check
yet.
on?
I do know
Not
that
yet.
Clancy is working on how to people without town email accounts, like how to configure that. And that may actually roll into the new development of the town website. So I don't have any answers as of yet.
Okay. Sounds good.
Can you
Any,
explain that? I just didn't really understand. So what does having a social media presence have to do with emails that are not town emails?
So the question at the last meeting was, do they need a town email to be able to log in to a town social media account and to be able to create all of that? So those were the questions.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that's what we were asking.
So maybe I misunderstood.
I
I thought that,
What I thought from what Art has said a few times was that there was some concern whether, so we have a town group, is that okay to have like a Facebook page? But I guess I interpreted that as like something that I would just go create for this group. I didn't think we were gonna have town emails and other things like that associated with it,
there were questions
Oh.
around email and being able to log in. So that's maybe where I got confused.
or me.
Um, But so you're just looking specifically for authorization to be able to create a Billerica Commission on Disability page for
That's
social.
what I thought, because I thought there was
Yeah,
hesitation around doing that. No?
Okay,
well,
okay.
no, I knew we had asked a while ago, and it was told that we have to have permission, we just can't do it. So
Okay,
that's
I
why,
will follow up on that in the morning. I apologize. I misunderstood what the ask was.
no problem, no problem. And that's that. Okay,
I
we'll
need
go.
to go and get into another meeting. It's good to work with
Oh,
you people, and we'll see you
thank
next
you,
month, if
Andrew.
not sooner.
All right, thanks,
Okay,
Andrew.
Thank
thank
you.
you. Okay, we'll go on to 18 membership. It seems like Darlene is now a member,
Mhm.
so we'll move on to number 19, account finances. I don't know. I
We need
don't know who was
that.
supposed to get. I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
Approval for August minutes.
Make a motion.
I
We
saw it. I had no problem with them.
Okay, someone want to make a motion to approve?
make a motion. We approve the August 2024 meeting minutes.
I'll
Second,
second it. I'll
okay,
second it.
everyone else approved?
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, so
Aye.
the August minutes have been approved. Old business website, I have no idea what's going on with that. Um, I don't know if the phone number has been removed.
I believe, yes, I did get an update on that. That was removed.
Okay, so yay, we can finally get that.
So
Or I
what's
think
the
it was
one that's on
actually
there then?
changed to, I think that rings to the town manager's office because it does need to have a town number.
It does.
Yeah, I can't say I've
Okay.
called it, but there is a phone number on there.
Yes. Mhm.
Which, so it has to be there legally, correct? Is that how it
Yeah.
is? Okay, so it's how it is.
But it wasn't
So,
the, from what I understand, it wasn't the number that was previously there.
okay, so there's a new phone number. Okay. All right, so that takes care of that. Email. The spam and the subscriptions on this email is a nightmare. I keep going in and unsubscribing, but for some reason, they keep reappearing.
But
And
is that the email that you will share at the BATV?
yeah, that's the
Okay.
one that I've been using. I mean, I don't know if
Okay.
this is possible, but could it be possible to get a brand new email? That way all that junk is gone, because I keep deleting and I'm subscribing to the same ones over again. And I know the email, the password was changed. So unless the previous person who had the link had this email address is using it without permission, because
I don't
it's
know.
not me. I don't know what half this
Well,
stuff is.
just, I think you get spam from everything, and as soon as you reply to it, they know it's a real address and they keep spamming you.
I don't. All I do is click unsubscribe.
Well, that's responding though. You know, now they know there's somebody there.
But if I don't unsubscribe, I'm gonna keep getting it over and
Yeah,
over
you
again.
just got a
correct?
list of the spam. Yeah, it might, I don't know, it might not be
I,
anything you can
I-
do, but
and it's ridiculous because I don't care about Rose's Mexicana or service from God knows what, tactical gear, I don't know. Uh, uh, You know, I'm just going and deleting constantly the same things over and over again. So I don't know if this is something we can change or this is just how it's going to have to be.
What is the email address?
It is, um, it is, now I have got to find it because I'm going to do new mail. Let's see if I can bring it up. If I do this, it is it's Billrica, COD at town.billrica.mass.us.
Okay, so you guys do have a town email. So
Correct.
hmm, are
And the
you,
problem is,
we were getting spammed on the select board as well, earlier on in the summer about like vote no on something to do with vaping. I don't even know, but we were getting like 500 emails a day. So what you need to do is contact Chris Bartlett, and
oh, and
he will
okay,
put a filter in place that will stop that from happening.
because it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
It is,
It
it's
was
ridiculous.
brutal. It was brutal earlier on in the summer, and I was just like, "Who gave my email? Like, why am I getting this? I don't understand." But I contacted him, and he was able to make it stop. So
Right.
that's what you should do. You should contact Chris Bartlett.
Okay, I will definitely do that tomorrow morning because it's ridiculous. You know, I keep trying to delete, and it keeps coming back and come back. Like, stop. And so right now I have 54 emails,
Yeah,
the things I don't know that
right.
I
Yep.
have.
Chris Bartlett was able to have that resolved pretty quick.
Quickly, okay, so I will definitely get in touch with him for that. All right, so back to 21 old business update membership list. I guess we have the new list now. So I guess we're good on that, right? Okay. Number 22, any new business? Anything new coming up or anything? I mean, I don't have anything new, so.
I don't have anything.
Okay, anybody else?
No.
Okay. So I guess we'll adjourn.
A
I
motion
don't
to
know.
I
Uh,
second it.
okay. Before we do that, Jason, can you send me those notes, please? So
before
I
we
can
adjourn, no,
no, after.
I will send them to you.
After, that's why I wanted to make sure that. Thank you for doing that for me, by the way. I appreciate it very
You're
much.
welcome.
So all in favor on adjournment, say aye.
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 Aye. Thank you. Thank you for letting me host it, and we will all talk soon.
All right. Thanks,
Have a
Maria.
great
Thanks,
night.
everybody.
Okay. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.